These walks were devised by a fabulous chap, Peter Knowles, who was a forestry warden in 2005, 2006, and wonderfully, he's joined us with them. So he's a forester, and he knows so much about the forest, but the whole landscape. So he's been fascinating to have with us. And so he devised these walks, and they start fairly easily. They then become moderate, and as we go along to the 13th, they become strenuous. And so the last one is called the Hiker's Trail, which is about 17 miles. Now, we did it in 2 bits, and we always recce this walk. So we're now on walk number 5, which is Erie Stane. And, Erie Bed. We did Erie Stane last time. And it's a fabulous walk. Starts from Glen Helen, goes over the bridge, up the hill, and it really is quite a hill. And you go past this lovely old ruin, which I look at these old ruins, I think, gosh, that's got potential. And then you walk up through this wonderful, it's almost like Lord of the Rings. It's a thickly moss-carpeted forest. It's absolutely exquisite, but it's hard work. And you get to the top, and then you look across, and you can see in the distance Snae Fell. It's absolutely glorious. And then you go downhill again, because after every ascent there's typically a descent, and you walk down by the side of the mast, and the ferns are very deep, and you've got to be very careful because it's a fairly irregular path downwards. And there's some photographs on our website of Juliet's a little shorter than us, and she's not completely covered in ferns.
She's submerged.
She's submerged. And then you walk again back through this beautiful forest, and then down to Glen Helen. And it's an app, but we've always done a recce just to make sure the path is still there.
And that's why you're talking about it in this way, in this informed way, because you have done a recce to check this site out. But the walk itself is happening on Sunday.
On Sunday.
And so people can join in this walk and help to raise money. How do they do that?
Well, because of inflation. So when we did the Radon Folium, we charged a tenner to join us and £10 every leg. But inflation, sadly, so we've asked people if they donate £15 if they'd register, and again if they'd like to donate £15 every leg, and we can do it through our Just Giving site. And but unlike the Radon Folium, which had a huge interest, most people don't have that same feeling for the Wardens Walks. Probably have never heard of them. So, but we're discovering parts of the island we never knew existed.
Well, this is the thing,
fabulous.
And it's a led walk, so
it's led,
yeah. So you're going to get a chance to see these places that have been so beautifully described by Ron that you wouldn't even know were there, as he's saying. And also, you have informed people along with you who'd be able to give you information about.
Peter's an absolute gem. And the other thing is, we got greyhounds and we've got slower greyhounds, and so there's always a back marker. And periodically, the greyhounds are asked to wait for the rest to catch up. And it's very collegiate. And some mornings it's like crufts. We have so many dogs, so bring your dog. It's a wonderful group of people, and you find yourself in conversation with different people during the walk. It's absolutely fabulous.
And you mentioned that this is one of the sort of moderate walks. Do you have to have a lot of experience of doing walking?
No. You need to come dressed for typical Manx summer weather. So bring a light coat and some decent shoes or decent boots. And when we sail, we say to people, look, don't go and buy any kit. Just wear stuff that you use for an ordinary walk. And often, so they're in the forests or around the forest trails. So sometimes, even if the weather's not too pleasant, actually you're in the shelter. So you need no special kit.
There's something about being in a forest when it's a bit damp as well.
Absolutely
you get
glorious,
the smell from the ground.
So we're now moving to a level where a bit of fitness is useful. As I said, so we climb quite a big hill and then drop down to the bottom again. So you need to be fairly steady on your feet.
But it's all right because you can replenish your energy at the end of the walk
by
having a nice lunch.
Yeah, so the Radon Folium, we try to have a pub lunch at the end of every leg. We did it over 14 legs. And these, they range from, 4 miles to 10 miles, 2.5 to 3 hours typically. The longer one, the bigger ones are 4. Maybe the Hiker's Trail is regarded about 7 hours.
So you don't have to have done the previous walks, basically. You can join in on this one. And how do people sign up for it?
The best thing is to look at our website, and all the details are there, or otherwise, in extremis, email me, I guess, Ron and Spencer, RONANDSPENCER, @gmail.com.
Well, so I think it sounds like a wonderful thing. And this is on Sunday. And what time's it all starting?
And we meet at Glen Helen for 10 o'clock departure.
Mm-hmm.
And we should be back within a couple of hours. And there's a wonderful coffee shop now. And the guy does the best coffee on the island.
It is a lovely place to be. So, I mean, what a lovely way to spend your Sunday. And in the summer of the Isle of Man.
And I should say that it's the last Sunday of every month.
Right, so if you want to do, you can do this one on Sunday, but then if you can't make this one, you can always join in
and
the
next one. We're going to go to Ramsey Glens on the 25th of August.
Fantastic. And how much money has this raised so far for the Trust?
Do you know, I have to say I don't know, because I don't do the pennies. Johnny will be able to tell us, but Johnny's on his boat in the UK. But we're optimistic, that as I say, we've raised over $1 million now in the life of the Trust. And the need becomes ever greater. And I'm getting old, so I'm hoping to use these services. So I'm paying my taxes.
Ron Spencer, thanks so much.